Today we have my Flash Season 2 review. I'm not happy to do this one. As you can read by the title, this is the Season 2 curse. I don't think there's a Season 4 curse. Legend Season 4 sucks. Arrow Season 4 is not that bad. Flash Season 4 is not that bad, which we'll get to pretty soon. Superhero Season 4 is fine. Not amazing, but not terrible. Just meh. Flash Season 2 on the other hand. And I think there's a Season 2 curse. Suguru Season 2 and Arrow Season 2 are just okay. Not terrible, but not amazing. Legend Season 2, terrible. Flash Season 2, terrible. So let's begin. Oh god, Flash Season 2. So let's talk about my main issue with the season. Zoom. Zoom did not fit the tone, in my opinion. Zoom felt more like a villain of Arrow. I really like comparing him to the Count in seasons 1 and 2. Both hired people, like Zoom hired Menace to kill Barry. The Count hired homeless people, like crime lords, like basically hired like homeless people to like make the Vertigo drug. So essentially, they're both kind of the same character in a sense. So it just removed the speedster elements and the multiverse elements. He's basically a villain of Arrow. That's what I hate about Zoom so much, and why I actually think is the worst main villain on the Flash. Another reason I didn't like him, he had no motivations. Now, many people have told me about the whole, oh, he's a psychopath. You don't necessarily need the best motivations. Yeah, but that would work more for like look at the psychopaths in the DC universe, like Victor, Zsasz, and Murmur. Murmur, who is an enemy of the Flash, had like schizophrenia, where he's constantly hearing voices in his head, and the only way he can get rid of them is to, well, kill people. Zsasz, basically, after the death of his parents and losing all of his money, became a serial killer, or realized that to escape his own insanity, killing people was the best choice. I know this is a very not a happy topic, especially for a TV show like The Flash, but it's how it works in the comics. So in the comics, it has that. In fact, in the comics, Zoom isn't. Zoom has so many problems. He's also the least accurate villain out of the entire Flash villains. I mean, at least, even though Cicada was inaccurate, at least he had some levels of accuracy. Let's talk more about my other issues. My other issues is character issues. Pretty much in season 1, Barry spent the entire season and his entire life proving his father is innocent and not responsible for the death of his mother. Season 2, when Barry gets his father back, he doesn't do anything except, he needs to be the Flash, instead of rekindle his, try to be with his father for a while. That would make so much more sense, and actually would have given Barry a better story this season. I really hope they didn't do what they did with Iris this season. Iris basically was almost an unimportant character, to the point that you actually do forget what she did in the seasons 2. Like, I forgot everything she did until I was like watching some videos saying, oh, I forgot about the fact that Iris shoot Dr. Light. But it also said, I made it that they're pushing Iris as his character, just like how they did in Felicity in Arrow Season 2. If you're gonna build up a character that's not the main character, you have to do it right. You can't just, oh, she got hit, oh, she was able to take down a meta. That doesn't develop the character. What develops the character is when they have a problem. Like, Laurel in Season 2 had much better character development than Iris in Season 2. And that's not to disrespect Iris. I actually think Iris was bad in Season 1, and this season she's meh. Or even to just be an asshole. But it's just that Iris this season had no development in character. I think another issue is that what did Team Flash do? They did nothing aside from Caitlyn possibly had the worst storyline in my opinion, as she's all she is like, oh, she at first loved Zoom, then now hates him. What? That makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like I hated that storyline because it makes no sense. Sorry if you can hear some background noise. I apologize for that, but I think the show deserves it. The season deserves it. Guy can't even speak today. Oh God. So, continuing on, I think the thing I hate is that Zoom's reveal also makes no sense. Like, at least Savitar, you're like, okay, at least there are some points that do add up, but Zoom, there's not. Like, seriously, the moment Zoom killed his time remnant, that should automatically erase him from the timeline. That should automatically erase him. Because if he had killed his time remnant, shouldn't Zoom not be alive? Because he killed a past version of himself? Now, some people say it's an alternate version. That would work in, like, the multiverse. Like, maybe Zoom goes over front and kills his counterpart. Yeah, that wouldn't do anything. But here, it would. This is the same Earth. You see what I mean? Season 2 has so many issues, and let's talk about the few good episodes let's talk about the bad episodes first. Let's talk about episode 9. Episode 9 is a terrible episode. Pretty much it kind of like, hey, whatever is it? You were a great character in season 1. Let's take what made you a great character away. Pretty much, why did Martin want revenge against Flash? Flash did nothing towards him. Well, I do understand in season 1 that he couldn't because he was in prison. He needed to at least first master how he can beat Barry. But yet, he's not after Joe anymore. He's now after Barry. It's like, Barry did nothing to you. Joe did something to you. It made sense in season 1. The Trickster was not a good villain at all. That sucks. Besides, why wouldn't he get his son, Axel? Why? In the comics, they're not related. And when in the comics, the reason Jesse would never go after Axel, will never rescue Axel, is because Axel is essentially the one who took up his mantle in the worst possible way. He disgraced the Trickster legacy, see, in the comics. Here, it makes no sense. You see, it's so confusing to a point you actually have to point out. Patty Spade was a god-awful love interest. Don't know why people liked her. She was just so irritating. It's like, here's another issue. Hey, look, Zoom just captured me. Oh, look. Zoom goes up a building. Patty eventually sees Barry. It's like, oh, wait. And then this is in a restaurant, by the way. Barry just runs without acknowledging, hey, look, there's people here possibly looking at me. I just revealed my identity. Oh God, no! What happened? Oh, it's not a big deal. What? Sir, what? What? Who wrote this? What is this? This is not good writing. This is bad writing. You're telling me if someone holds up someone like that and just takes off, and then you see another speedster with the same lightning as the Flash, you're now going to pinpoint he's the Flash, or a speedster, or a meta? What is this? This is not good television. My God. Now, there were some good episodes. The Runaway Dinosaur was a very good episode, in my opinion. Possibly the best. I know people say, what about Enter Zoom? Enter Zoom was ruined by the next episode. Enter Zoom, while a good episode, forgettable at best. Speaking of episode 7, that was possibly the most god-awful episode. The finale was also not a good episode at all. Possibly the worst episode of the entire show is Invincible, because it pretty much took what Arrow Season 1 and 2 failed and makes it right. And guess what, you wanna know something? It's the same writers who did that. Well, that is it. My Flash Season 2 review. Rant review. So, what grade am I gonna give him? I'm thinking of giving like the same grade like Arrow Season 1. Like a D like grade. I know I gave I don't know my phone now. Yeah. So for those who don't know, I want to quickly address my grading score. So an A is an A plus, a B is an A C is an A minus, a D should just be a B plus, an E is a B, an F is a B minus, yeah, I think G is next. The G should be your C, H, I, or obviously this, wait, G is C plus, H is a C, I is a C minus, I think. Yeah. So, an L as the grade for the Flash Season 2. Tell me what you think of the season. Then if you like the season, great. If you agree with me and you hate it, please tell me why you don't like it. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. My Flash Season 3 review should be coming out very soon. Goodbye.